Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor, which is due unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of great most honorable well, taught me this truth. And Shalom to the elect of Yahweh Shai, the elect of Israel. Okay, starting with 144,000. Shalom. And yeah, it's the brother Napash from the GMS UK branch, and coming to you with this lesson. Now, I was watching this speech. I watched the full thing that RFK Jr. gave about him dropping out and pretty much of the campaign that he was on and endorsing Trump. And he was giving a lot of as politicians do, fair speeches talking about disease and the children and how Americans should be eating healthier, which is all great, but talking about big pharma and coming across big interests like that. Now, what's interesting is that this is being said. Now, he's endorsing Trump. Now, some of the things that they agree on is, for example, the border control. All right, and that's been a major issue that has been on the agenda. Okay, over there in America. And over here in the UK too, they're constantly talking about illegal immigration, which we know that, the people that are coming into the country, so-called illegally, look, they wouldn't be able to step a foot into this country, really, okay, with the amount of protection and security it's got, unless the government turn a blind eye to it, unless the government wanted that to happen, okay? And why would they want that to happen? Because of chaos, man, okay? When you got people who don't have papers, you don't know who they are, you don't know what they're doing, they're not in the system, and they're causing problems, okay? Which they might not even cause problems, but fabricated problems. The government uses them as a scapegoat. Now you can usher in more tighter controls, and you can bring in, the MOTB, okay, the C-HIP, which is a major prophecy that we're seeing unraveling before our eyes, man. Okay, so in Revelation 13 and 16 on down, when it's talking about the MARK of the beast, okay, that is talking about what that is the C-HIP. Now I have to talk like that because they're coming down and they're censoring these videos, which is another thing that RFK Jr. mentioned, the censorship in the media, the mainstream media. Now, and I'm going to get the scriptures in a second, but I just wanted to just make this point that that's the C-HIP, okay? Put that together, okay? CHIP, all right? That is going to be implanted, okay, into people's bodies, man. That's the prophecy, okay? And without that thing, you're not going to be able to buy or sell. You're not going to be able to transact in this man's kingdom, in this society. That's where everything is going, okay? The Internet of Things, all right? The 5 and the 6, gamma. I'll say it, so you can understand what I'm talking about. The towers, right? That's all part of it, man. Now, even I was thinking about how Elon Musk Starlink, with all the different satellites that are up there, have something to do with it too. That can be used as well. Now, let's get this precept, because this is something that we know. Those that of us in the know that have the knowledge, wisdom, understanding that has been, given to us by Yahweh Shemiel Shai, taught to us, okay, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, by men that he set up to be teachers, right? We understand what the political system's all about, because RFK Jr. was talking about democracy, okay, which we know that's part of the image of the beast. That's a philosophy that's not down with the scriptures, okay? Right, this is Revelation 13, and let's get straight to the point, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Now, what does that mean? The 2 horns represent the 2-party system. Just like you had in ancient pagan Rome, you had the plebeians and the patricians, okay? They would have a senate house, and they would bring forth, they'd vote for like a president, okay? He had 2 horns like a lamb. Now, if you look at a lamb is it's like a docile animal. It's meek. So they present themselves with this meekness. So it's about the children. We want to make this place good and this and that. Okay. But the next verse says what? And he spake as a dragon. Now, his endorsement for Trump. Now, we, through the Spirit, I believe Trump's, like Apostle Tar has said many years ago, and I believe he's Nero in the reincarnation, man. Okay. And when you read about Nero and what he did to the believers, okay, back in ancient Rome, all right, Trump coming into power, which is good because that's gonna really forward this agenda. It's gonna if he comes into power, man, he's the same guy that was talking about guillotines. Okay, what's the other one, man? It's like I forgot the exact wording for it, but like a shooting squad, firing squad. I can't remember which one it is, but pretty much, he's the one that's coming with that which both sides are, because ultimately we know that both sides are controlled by who? You've got the Democrats and the Republicans. They're both controlled, okay, by the elites, okay? The elite international banking families, they really run all that, okay? So there is no choice. It's all set up, man, okay? So we're seeing like a play unfolding here, all right? But what we know according to the prophecies is that whoever comes in, whatever they're going to do, they're still going to push the agenda of the elites, which is the prophecies that are in the scriptures, okay? Because they can't help themselves. You had that interview with Aaron Russo and Alex Jones, where he was talking about his friendship with Nick Rockefeller. And when he asked him what it was all about, basically Nick Rockefeller said to him, look, we want to put the C-hip in all the people, okay? Straight out of the horse's mouth, man, So, and what does the scripture say? All right, let me quickly just jump to that and I'll come back to this. This is Isaiah 55. Sorry, 55 and 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So the prophecies, okay, are going to come to pass, man. They have come, the ones that have already come to pass and the ones that are shortly to come to pass, okay? We're seeing the MOTB prophecy spoken of in Revelation 13 and 16 on down unraveling before our eyes, man. We're seeing it played out, okay? And that's the time that we're in, And that's why we're always mentioning it in our videos. We're doing videos on it, starting with our apostles and bishops and elders. Great Millstone is the foremost front runner of speaking about that prophecy and really the end time prophecies in general. But that's the main one that is constantly pushed. The destruction of America and so on. These other camps, they're not doing that. They're not doing that, man. And ultimately, the elect are gonna, if there's any elect among them, they're gonna come out of that madness and come into the truth of Yahweh Shemiel Shai. Okay, whether they in Great Millstone or not, that doesn't really matter. What matters is do they believe in the truth, the 100% truth of Yahweh Shai, okay, of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, which we believe through the Spirit that we teach, okay, the pure doctrine, man. All right, and that MOTB is a big part of that doctrine because that's the time that we're in. It's pertinent to the time. Okay, that's that major test. And if you fail that test, you ain't making it, man. You're going to have to suffer. Right? Let's go back to Revelation. Verse 13 and 11, right? So he had two horns like a lamb. That's a two political system. And he spake as a dragon, right? The draconian laws, okay, that are being pushed. All right? Taking away more and more rights of the people. That's what that's about, man. All right? Because we're moving towards what? Esau's idea of what? He calls it the New World Order. Okay? But as we know, according to the scriptures, just as he's about to, fulfill that, just as he's about to, finish that meal, if it were, the Lord's about to rain on his parade, man. Right? This is Job chapter 20, verse 22. He says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, meaning when he's doing good, he shall be in straits, meaning a place of difficulty. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And the word there for wicked, um, damn, but pretty much um, that's talking about Jacob, talking about Israel. Okay, it's talking about us. Okay, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's what it's talking about, man. Okay, the word escapes me right now. Let me see if I can just get it in the. Let's go to Job, chapter 20. Right, now it should be laborer. Yep, there we go. Aimal. Yep. Laborer. Sufferer. Who's the ones that are laboring? Who's the ones that are suffering? It's us. Okay, we're the slaves. All right, we're basically in this man's kingdom serving slavery, man. All right. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, let's just have a quick look. Because I haven't gone over this in a while, so I'm a bit rusty. Let's go to James, the 5th chapter. Okay, it's a different word there. Well, it's in the New Testament. Yeah. But that's who the laborers are talking about. It's talking about, it says, James 5 and 4, behold, the hire the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Okay. Lord of the armies, Lord of the hosts. Okay. And pretty much, man, we're the ones that are the laborers. So that's what that's talking about in Job 20. Okay. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh Shemiel Shai shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So just as, you got to think of that, like you eating a meal and you about to, get satisfied, which it's like a metaphor for what? Him getting the satisfaction that he's completed his agenda and he's got the New World Order fully set up. All right, and he's just in rule. And that's it. No, the Lord ain't going to allow that, man. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay, the Lord's going to smite Esau's kingdom. All right, that's all throughout the scriptures, which I'm not going to go into that in this lesson. All right, but pretty much, man, going back to the whole RFK thing, which is interesting because RFK Jr., his father famously said, let's get that quote. Let's type in, so I read it earlier. There we go. Robert Kennedy. Right, this is what Robert Kennedy said, man. But suppose God is black. What if we go to heaven and we all our lives have treated the Negro as an inferior? And God is there and we look up and he is not white. What then is our response? Well, hey, that's why Edom are going into slavery, man, because Yahweh Shemiel Shai, okay, all right, just as these people are, is the image would be what, like a so-called black man, okay, the woolly afro hair, okay, that's in the scriptures too, right? Yahweh Shai, when he was on the scene, okay, he's from the tribe of Judah, okay. What skin tone were the Judites? They were melanated, man, okay, dark brown. Browned out to dark brown. Okay. So that was the same image that Yahweh Shai had. Let's quickly read that. Okay. We can prove it. Prove all things. Let's go to Revelation chapter 1, verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, talking about Yahweh Shai, the Messiah, clothed with a garment down to the foot and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, woolly in texture. Okay. So he had grey hairs. He had white, it says white, grey hairs. Okay. Like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. Right? Woolly in texture. Who has woolly texture hair, man? Okay. The afro. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. All right. So his feet were unto the color of what? Bronze. Okay. Brass. And if you burnish brass, you look at that, it's dark brown, man. Okay, as if it burned in a furnace. So That's plain. All right. And what did the Lord say? He said, if you have seen, and you know, you got Daniel 7 as well, talking about Yahweh, the Most High. If ye have seen me, John chapter 14, verse 5. Thomas saith unto him, Lord, we know not whither thou goest, and how can we know the. Hold on, that's not what I'm looking for. Bear with me. Oh, verse 8. Philip saith unto him, Lord, show us the Father, and it sufficeth us. Yahushua saith unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that hath seen me, hath seen the Father. And how sayest thou then, show us the Father? Meaning what? That he looked like his father, man. You know, they got that saying, like father, like son. Okay? All right, and there's a separation, by the way. Okay, you got the Most High, Yahweh. Okay? And you got his only begotten son, Yahushua, the Messiah, our Lord. Okay, who sits on the right hand of the Lord, man. Stands, you know, he's on the right hand of the Lord. You know, just like Stephen saw before, while he was getting killed. So, hey, man, you know, just a little thing as well to add in there. But pretty much, the scriptures tell us what? Okay, regarding these devils. Okay, regarding this system. Okay, this by the way, the scriptures tell you not to vote for one of another nation, man. Okay, you're not meant to be voting in this. You know, voting in the system is like believing in the system. You know, we don't believe in this system. We want this place to end. You shouldn't be voting. You know, that's in the law. This is that you shouldn't make another nation a king over you. This is Sirach chapter 10. Not 10, sorry. Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So we know, okay, that we shouldn't be trusting your enemy, man. Who's the enemy? Esau. Okay. Well, this is his realm. This is his system that he set up, man. So you should never be trust no politicians. Don't trust Esau, right? Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed, and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Okay? Verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. Scriptures tell you what in Psalms, that their words were like smooth as oil, but in their hearts was what? War. That's these politicians, that's these rulers. Okay? An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. And hey, trust me, man, you know, they're pushing this agenda, man. So hey, like I said before, Trump, he been talking about guillotines, and we know that beheading is in the scriptures, Revelation 20 and 4, for the witness of Yahushua. Okay? So they're coming for us, man. All right? I just seen a number plate on a car go by 666. Okay? That's the spirit. It's the MOTB. We're close. All right? We're very close, man. So, you know, this guy endorsing, he pretty much he's dropped out of all the races in all the presidential races or election races. I'm not exactly sure how the system works over there, but pretty much he's dropped out in all the red state strongholds, right? And he's still going for it in the blue states, you know, and the kind of so-called neutral, or, you know, the states that are more kind of balanced. He's still going for it. So pretty much that's an endorsement of Trump. Okay. So, hey, you know, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. With that, man, I'm going to say shalom. Shalom to the elect of Yahushua, the elect of Israel. Shalom.